Welcome to the second installment of Mount & Blade Bannerlord Mods Weekly, where I cover Bannerlord mods weekly. So if you're not familiar with this series, as it's only the second episode, instead of covering really amazing total conversion mods like Land of Sika, Eagle Rising, Separatist Crisis, and others, this series is focused on smaller mods that come out every week and giving people an overview of them to get an idea of what to expect. And this week, oh boy, do we have so many modifications to cover, so let's get to it. No, stop. No more splash screen. We've seen enough. How many times have you launched the game? How many times have you seen the splash screen? Are you not sick of it? Well, stop being sick of it. Get rid of it. This mod, Skip Splash Screen by Scorpiona, will let you do just that. Now that we're in the main menu, next up is a mod by Socrates271. Bannerlord Main Menu Remix is actually the song you've been listening to since this video started. As the name suggests, it's a remix of the Mount & Blade theme that plays in the Bannerlord main menu. So if you like it, get it. If you don't, then don't get it, I guess. Not much to it. In fact, that advice applies to all mods we're covering. Good advice. You're welcome. Next up is the More Hair Colors mod for Bannerlord by KenXOOX. It lets you choose from a bright and lovely neon green to a Ronald McDonald Please Don't Eat Me red. A perfect addition for those who want to assert dominance over the people of Calradia with just their hair, or roleplay as one of the many terrifying clowns in modern popular culture. I am scared of clowns. Please help. In fact, I'm terrified of clowns. Terrified enough to hire protection, but the protection in Bannerlord, if you can even call it that, is wholly inadequate. I need experienced men who are willing to sell me their bodies for money. I need Mercenaries Adjusted by Team Nakh. This Mount & Blade module provides a much needed troop overhaul to your typical Bannerlord mercenaries, and also changes the game so that when your looters upgrade from the Veterans Respect perk, you get something that makes a little more sense than everyone turning into Empire Legionnaires. It gives us access to a full troop tree of cavalry, infantry, crossbows, and archer units, making these men reflect their lack of, or rather mixed, cultural identities, just like the looters themselves. But what if you need something more than that? Something more custom? Well then, you have My Little Warband by Muse, which has also recently received an update for 1.8. Let me be clear. The My Little Warband mod for Mount & Blade Bannerlord is what we are talking about here. This is not the same mod as My Little Warband for Mount & Blade Warband. Sorry, bronies. This mod adds a fully customizable troop tree where you can adjust ranks, weapons, armor, alternative equipment, and even the individual stats of your units. Build the most powerful custom army, or the dumbest, it's up to you. And bronies, if you find the right armor mod, you can still make this a mod for you. But, to slake your lust for modding, I have the perfect equestrian related mod for everyone of all ages. Have you ever wanted to play as a crusader in Bannerlord, riding through the pagan lands of Calradia, meting out punishment on the innocent masses of unwitting victims of your religious fervor? Well, this mod won't let you, but it will give your horse some cool armor. Improved horse Caparisons by Swadian Paladin adds a bit of splash to your equine game in Bannerlord by introducing 10 new horse armors to protect your steed as it leads a thunderous charge into whichever foe lies before it. And the perfect module to pair with it released just this past week. English Plated Troops by Warzigg uses My Little Warband and Swadian Armory to bring you the most Medieval 2 Total War looking English troops you've ever laid eyes on, outside of Medieval 2 Total War. Take your English knights and longbowmen and show these Vlandians how it's really done. Eventually you'll crush the Vlandians so completely that you will actually start to feel bad for them. Maybe. Even if you don't, you may be interested in this next mod and its sister mods. Vlandian Overhaul, Empire Overhaul, and Khuzait Overhaul are all excellent mods by WakeUp1111 that rework the entire troop trees of their respective empires. Play with completely new units that blend seamlessly between the old, as each module provides a plethora of new loadouts and stats, These mods are nearly complete overhauls that introduce entire new branches of troops into their respective cultures and will flesh out your Bannerlord factions and really bring them to life on the battlefield. If the native troop trees have gotten stale, even if they haven't, get these mods for your Bannerlord playthroughs so that they can stretch their muscles and really show you the kind of variety that's possible in Mount & Blade. Speaking of enhancing the native experience, do you find the base game faction and clan banners a bit simple, or even boring? Well, with the vanilla banner replaced by Zero Morph, there's now an alternative for those playing on 1.72. The new banners fit stylistically and thematically into the base game while just looking better. They actually look like banners rather than just a color that got a single symbol slapped on. But if you're looking for something a little less native enhanced and a bit more stylistically unique, at least for the Empire troops, Additive 1.8 Troop Overhaul by Alex is a troop overhaul mod that adds a variety of new weapon and armor loadouts for Calradia using the Calradia Rising Forces Armory. Fill your roster with darker, grittier troops that look like they belong on the evil side of a fantasy novel. In other words, they look badass. Next up, we have the Tier 7 Troop Unlocker by Zolok, which does exactly what you think it does: unlock Tier 7 troops. Unfortunately, Zolok has not implemented any Tier 7 troops of his own, but luckily for us, someone has. Tier 8 Female Troops Reborn by Mortivance is an expansion of the original by Whiskey of the Tango Fox. Female Troops Reborn commits to the task of providing a female troop line counterpart to the regular male troops for all cultures in the game. Mortivance's expansion adds Tier 7 troops to that list along with the Tier 8 Noble Troops. And finally, we come to the Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord mod that I'm most personally excited about. Workshops Advanced by Izaki, like his other mod, Leveling Customizer, is such a huge quality of life improvement to the base game that I'm amazed that I've lived without it until now. Fully customizable, the mod allows you to adjust the number of starting workshops, the number of workshops gained per clan tier, their production rates, efficiency, wages, or how high and low they'll purchase and sell goods at the market. It adds a warehouse so that your workshops can keep producing goods to store for later when market prices are better, or even set your caravans to purchase goods directly through you and not some middleman in the market to deliver them all over Calradia. If you've ever wanted to try a true merchant run, you no longer have to rely on smithing or taxing. Build a true trade empire from the ground up and live your life as the king of gold. And if that somehow doesn't appeal to you, hopefully you are at least annoyed by the workshop limitations in the base game, and this is still a mod for you. Because this series started at a really awkward point, not even lining up with the new beta release or anything, there's obviously a lot of mods that I've missed before this. If there's a mod for 1.72 or 1.8 that you want to see covered or looked interesting to you, but you haven't had the chance to try it out, let me know and I'll try my best to incorporate them into the weekly lists. That's all, thanks for watching and subscribe. 90% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed and that sucks. If you haven't seen last week's episode, it should pop up about now. I also make maps for Bannerlord, legit ones, and meme maps, so check those out as well. Bye.